Today, we bring you an exciting breakdown of the latest chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen. Buckle up, because things are about to get intense. Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 244 is titled Shinjuku Showdown Part 16, Third Decisive Battle against Sukuna. The chapter kicks off with a bang as Yuji and Higuruma arrive to confront the King of Curses. Now, the narrative takes us back to a crucial flashback where sorcerers gather to strategize against 𝐻𝐤𝐞𝐽. Their strategy involves making 𝐻𝐤𝐞𝐽 lower his guard, ultimately allowing Utah to finish him off. However, this plan is contingent on Gojo losing. Kamo is also present at the meeting, where he apologizes and explains that he cannot participate in the mission because he feels he wouldn't be of any assistance. Instead, he chooses to watch over his family and decides to leave the country with them. Higuruma outlines his plan to go after Kashimo, utilizing his curse technique to confiscate Sukuna's abilities. He suggests that by giving Sukuna a death penalty, they can then fight him using the executioner's sword. Questions arise about Higuruma's ability to confiscate and impose a death penalty on Sukuna. Yuji explains that it depends on the charge's judgment selects, which Higuruma cannot control. Yuji highlights Sukuna's 3 switches and the resulting casualties in each instance. Higuruma summarizes Sukuna's wrongdoing so far. Firstly, in Yuji's high school, Sukuna harmed Yuji by taking over his body and attempted to murder Gojo Satoru. Secondly, in the juvenile home, Sukuna either murdered Yuji, though this could be deemed attempted murder as Yuji later came back to life, and attempted to murder Fushiguro Megumi. Thirdly, in Shibuya, Sukuna murdered 2 curse user high school girls, attempted murder on several citizens, murdered a curse user with a side tail, and committed arson. Higuruma further states that after taking over Megumi's body, Sukuna could potentially be charged with harming Megumi, committing complete murder, and stealing a dead body depending on the circumstances surrounding Megumi's situation. However, Higuruma notes that questioning Sukuna's crimes related to the harm caused by his fingers is challenging. Higuruma establishes a sentencing scale. 1 murder results in 10 or 15 years in prison, 2 murders lead to life imprisonment or the death penalty, and 3 or more murders warrant the death penalty. Kusakabe raises concerns about the systemic issue of smaller crimes being overshadowed by more significant offenses. He explains that judgment's approach picks up 1 crime at a time, potentially overlooking the severity of Sukuna's actions. Yuji mentions the possibility of judgment viewing Sukuna mass murder as lesser offenses, like property damage and trespassing. Higuruma expresses frustration at the lack of foresight, particularly regarding Sukuna's crimes from a millennium ago. Higuruma brings up the challenge of applying modern law to pre-reincarnated Sukuna, given judgment's unique abilities. Yuji suggests a way to ensure Sukuna receives a death sentence. Returning to the fight, may Maze Scrolls prove ineffective against Sukuna? Higuruma and Yuji coordinate their attacks, with Higuruma using his hammer to disrupt Sukuna's stance, and Yuji delivering a powerful punch. Higuruma initiates his domain deadly sentencing. Yuji proposes using the trail of their previous fight against Sukuna, adding him as a co-defendant for the mass murder in Shibuya. The chapter ends with judgment stating that Yuji is suspected of mass murder, but Higuruma interrupts. And that's a wrap for chapter 244. Do you think Yuji's strategy will work, or is there another twist waiting for us? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.